We're still waiting for ballistics to come back, but initial indications are that this was done with a...
Indication. Indication.
But initial indications are that this was done with this...
And airbags.
Yep. I can tell from the pattern of the holes that the bullets were fired in 3-round bursts from a...
Burst. Burst.
The bullets were fired in 3-round bursts from a... Yep. I can tell from the pattern of the holes that the bullets were fired in 3-round bursts from a rifled barrel as opposed to a smooth bore, which...
Barrel. Barrel.
From a rifled barrel as opposed to a smooth bore, which...
They were selling the product all over the city. Had a crew of almost 100, and they were moving in another gang's territory, so it was getting bloody.
Bloody. Bloody.
Another gang's territory, so it was getting bloody. Had a crew of almost 100, and they were moving in another gang's territory, so it was getting bloody.
Hence the detail.
Hence. Hence.
Hence the detail. You arrest him on a less significant charge, just get him off the street.
While he was gone, we continued to chip away at his empire. I went out.
Empire. Empire.
While he was gone, we continued to chip away at his empire. I went out. This was Bradshaw's baby. Also a car that pulled up alongside me. Now he...
Alongside. Alongside.
Also a car that pulled up alongside me. Now he...
Since we just put eyes on Bradshaw, I thought maybe you could come with me to question him.
Suppose I could lend my services?
Thanks.
Lend. Lend.
Suppose I could lend my services?
Thanks.
I mean, the idea of what you might be like with an opponent in your similar weight class.
You sure the sudden new interest in my safety is nothing?
Sudden. Sudden.
You sure the sudden new interest in my safety is nothing?
Detective Marcus Bell.
No, I heard something about that on the news. Somebody fired a whole clip into his car.
Clip. Clip.
Somebody fired a whole clip into his car.
No, I still know some people. I could ask around, see who's strapped with that kind of hardware.
No.
Hardware. Hardware.
Not without violating your parole, you can't. There's a few, it's just a few things tied you over.
Tide. Tide.
It's just a few things tied you over.
Just putting it mildly. He never came within 1,000 yards of the drugs he was distributing.
Distribute. Distribute.
The drugs he was distributing. He allowed a small cadre of trusted lieutenants to oversee almost every transaction and begin
Oversee. Oversee.
oversee almost every transaction and begin.
Don't you think it's weird that Bradshaw went after Bell himself? He doesn't like to get his hands dirty, so...
Dirty. Dirty.
He doesn't like to get his hands dirty, so...
Could have been a knife. I told you to expect more tests of your reflexes while I await word from potential trainers.
Trainer. Trainer.
While I await word from potential trainers.
Because...
You're the consultant, right?
Yep. We have a mutual friend, Detective Bell. Though I've never seen him naked.
Naked. Naked.
Though I've never seen him naked. Hey, a little respect. I was wondering if you might tell me where you box. I'm looking for a gym for my associate, Miss Watson.
Jim. Jim.
Looking for a gym for my associate, Miss Watson. Captain?
If you're thinking about pulling a
Rabbit. Rabbit.
If you're thinking about pulling a
I was posted outside my door all night last night in case Bradshaw came after me again.
That's not much of an alibi, I'm afraid. I've already calculated 6 different ways.
Calculate. Calculate.
I've already calculated 6 different ways that you could have given those patrolmen the slip. Fine. 4 avenues of escape plus 2 variations on the 5th.
Variation. Variation.
Plus 2 variations on the 5th.
Can you give us a minute?
Water closet?
closet, closet,
Water closet?
And nobody else with a gun knows where to aim it? You got any real suspects?
If we did, I wouldn't have to put you on administrative duty.
Administrative. Administrative.
If we did, I wouldn't have to put you on administrative duty.
Have you noticed any post-traumatic symptoms in yourself? Anxiety?
No.
Nightmares?
nightmare, nightmare,
Nightmares?
I've been sleeping just fine.
You know I've always been supportive of your exploration of Sherlock's work.
exploration, exploration,
Of your exploration of Sherlock's work.
Some of my old people, they like their toys. You know how to tune up an MP5? These boys know you.
tune, tune,
You know how to tune up an MP5? These boys know you.
All right. I'll keep it cool. And we'll keep trying to figure out who pulled the trigger.
trigger, trigger,
Pulled the trigger.
You're uncomfortable with the lie that we've told you.
uncomfortable, uncomfortable,
You're uncomfortable with the lie that we've told you.
What did what came easy to you? The only thing you ever sacrificed for years, you could.
sacrifice, sacrifice,
The only thing you ever sacrificed for years, you could.
But I think we need to have a conversation about boundaries. Okay, you've given me this incredible window into.
incredible, incredible,
Okay, you've given me this incredible window into.
I said that I found it. They tried a second attempt. Detective Bell's sibling lost consciousness.
Sibling. Sibling.
Detective Bell's sibling lost consciousness. Attempt to make sure that he doesn't end up a prop in that masquerade.
How do you know it was the same shooter? Andre is an ex-convict.
convict, convict,
Andre is an ex-convict.
If that's not another partial Paggotti footprint meant to implicate Detective Bell, I'll stop throwing tennis balls at you.
tennis, tennis,
I'll stop throwing tennis balls at you. I obviously put certain wheels in motion when I removed the handgun from his apartment. I don't want to make another move without his consent.
consent, consent,
I don't want to make another move without his consent.
But the dope. He wouldn't play ball. All he had to do was identify his gang's drug hookup.
hook, hook,
All he had to do was identify his gang's drug hookup.
Your sock drawer is immaculate. You're a straight shooter in every corner of your life. And your frustration with Andre because he wouldn't talk.
frustration, frustration,
And your frustration with Andre because he wouldn't talk.
Because he'd already decided to kill himself. Why is he going to ruin your life?
Ruin. Ruin.
Why is he going to ruin your life? You must have known. He made no mention of your name when he filed this report. He had absolutely no clue as to your involvement.
clue, clue,
He had absolutely no clue as to your involvement. Well, not officially, anyway.
The assault on Detective Bell's car was done with a modified MP5.
modify, modify,
It was done with the modified MP5.
Officer Paula Reyes was arrested this morning after
So
allegations.
even if she pleads out.
plead, plead,
So even if she pleads out.